welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexandria and today we have a new look. We're working on a blue eyeshadow, but before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Alexandria. I also go by Alex. I'm a beauty creator here on YouTube, and I have a fashion blog and I have a wrestling podcast. If you're interested in any of those stuff, I will link it below. All right, before we get into the look, it's a blue eye look. We'll talk about it a little bit after. I want to talk about a previous video. The video before this one, I spoke about a foundation that I picked up is the Maybelline Superstay. I have a question. If you have tried this one, and I'm going to tell you which primer I used for the previous video, and it's down below on the description box. For that one, I used the blur of primer from Hard Candy, and then I set it with the Hard Candy's matte finish setting spray. I think I told you guys I used this one, but it was actually this one. After I looked at the video, it was this one. And then for this look, I went with the Hard Candy mattifying primer, and then I went with the glow setting spray. I don't know what happened when I used the Superstay and this. I used a different moisturizer and when I used the blur one and the Superstay, and the moisturizer that I use is very tacky, very sticky, and I tend to love to use that one when I'm using like any foundation because it just grips on it so much better and it just holds on. So this worked very well together, these two. But then I use a different moisturizer which was very lightweight. I'll definitely put the moisturizer name right here. Very lightweight, and this did not work very well together. It became like super dry. Like I never experienced this in my life. Like usually I get is the foundation is too, like my oily skin, because I have oily T-zone, it tends to separate. The foundation and the oils just start separating in certain places, and it'd be like, ooh, no, child, like bad. It looks horrible. But this did not separate. It just got really drying. I got dry right under my eyes, like by my lip area. It got really dry, and you could tell when the foundation became very dry. And it comes off to it has a matte finish. So I'm trying to think, was it the primer that made it become too mattifying, that it just made it more drying to the skin? And I think what saved the foundation, to be honest with you, it had to be the Hard Candy glow setting spray, because this look was super, like it was so drying. Like when I was applying the eyeshadow, because I went ahead and I did my foundation first, and I tend to do it after I do my eye look, but it was so drying under the eyes. It was just really bad. But when I hit it with the setting spray, it was just really great, and I enjoyed it. If you do have the Maybelline Superstay, let me know which primer you use or what setting spray, would like some of your steps when you're using this. I went with the first time that I used a damp sponge, and this time around I did use a brush, then a dry sponge to pick up any extra foundation that was on my skin. I like it better applying with the brush. I just don't know if the primer made it super dry and it just was not looking so great. And I really was grateful that I had this setting spray. It just brought it back. It made the skin more glowy. It wasn't super matte, and it brought it back. So I'm gonna give it a try one more time, because a foundation you gotta try more than twice, and with different primers to see which one works better. Just like the Milani 2-in-1, I will definitely put the which Milani I'm talking about. That one, I have to be very careful which primer, because depending on your primer and your moisturizer, certain foundations don't really stick very well, and they just start slipping and sliding if you have oily skin. If you have very drying skin, it will just make your dry spots be very noticeable. So yeah, let me know if you have this, if you tried it, which primer you use and which setting spray, and if it didn't give you this very like dry finish, let me know. If you use the steps that I used today and it didn't happen, then maybe it's my moisturizer that I have to change for that day, because I like to have something matte under, like a mattifying primer, just because I have oily skin, like I said. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that and get it out the way, because I'm definitely gonna show that today in this video, how I applied it the second time around. I didn't show it in the previous one, I believe so, because I wouldn't know, because by the time this video is edited, the other video will be up, then I'll know by then. All right, so yeah. All right, so today we did a very beautiful look. I was inspired of the ocean, the beautiful, I'm telling you, I must be thinking, I love blue. I love blue eyeshadow and green eyeshadow. So I wanted to come for another third video of the year with blue, because why not? Blue is just, it just cheers things up. And look, I got a blue sweater. It is super oversized on me. I got it from American Eagle. It is a size medium, and I think I should have sized down to a small. But then again, I have been into like some, I don't want to get dressed status, and I've just been really like wearing mostly jeans. I have not been in the mood of dressing up, so I've been mostly in jeans. Even on like when I'm hanging out with family, I just wear jeans. Never, and that's like strange for people who know me, because I am a dress girl, a skirt girl. But I don't know, after quarantine I became like, I love jeans before, but the obsession with jeans has become more than ever, that I just wear it constantly and all the time. But yeah, besides that, today I'm like in such a good mood, and I'm like, because when like in the previous video I told you guys, it's harder for me to record when my kids are up, and it's more difficult right now. They're more like shutting down, so it's easier for me to like record these videos and kind of have like my thoughts together and have a conversation with you guys. But yeah, all right, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the blue eyeshadow. Let me know if you have the Maybelline Superstay, and if it works for you. Please tell me what you're using on your face to see if I have those products, and I'll try it out and your steps and see if that works for me. All right, so I want to say thank you so much. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw today, and go ahead and enjoy the tutorial, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.